You're a tank. You're in a dungeon. You're at the boss. Healer's dead. DPS is dead. The next DPS is dead. 50% left on the boss. What do you do? So of course you're gonna solo the boss. Of course you're going to make your night party people, your comrades, you're just gonna make them wait and watch the spectacle as you heroically solo the boss and show everybody that you can beat this boss without them, right? No, we can't do that. I'm just kidding. This is Apocalypsis and I'm back with another video. This is an interesting debate that I see a lot of times in social media and within the game. And there are many different angles to explore. This situation is not as easy as it sounds. Of course, there are many judgment calls, or really it should be a judgment call as to whether or not a tank should just go ahead and solo the boss. So I'll make a case for each, right? So it also depends on the percentage left on the boss, right? So if the party dies and the boss is at 80%, that's just, of course, I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, here's one of the things that tanks need to understand is that everybody knows, I don't know if you knew that, but everybody knows that you can solo the boss. Whether you should solo the boss is a whole nother different topic, right? Like, yeah, of course, everybody knows that warrior can do it, paladin can do it, a gunbreaker, maybe dark knight. Wow, so a lot of people run dungeons through daily roulettes so that they can just get done with their dailies as fast as possible. That's really the goal of it. That's why people are just rushing through to make sure that they get done with that, to get it out of the way and then go and enjoy the content. When a tank then decides that at 80% of the boss, with the party dead, they just now want to show that they can solo a boss while everybody's just waiting, taking a lot more time, because really it's gonna be done faster if the tank decides, okay, let me just get killed here and then we'll retry, and now it's gonna get faster. Instead, people are just there waiting, right, for you to just play by yourself while everybody else is just like, all right, what in the world is going on? And they're mad, right? I've been on both sides of this equation. I've been I've been the healer who's just left out. I die and then gotta watch as everybody else gets it done, or the tank gets it done by themselves. And it's not fun, right? And especially renders the healer kind of irrelevant and insignificant. Like, yeah, look, we can get this shit done without you, look at this. So it kind of messes with your self-esteem as a healer a little bit. But I also understand the other side of the fun of, like, oh, the challenge of, can I solo this boss with, is it just me? I think if the boss is at maybe 20%, 30%, then I think it's fair to go ahead and do it, because just have to make the calculation in your mind. What's gonna make beating this boss faster? I think really at the end of the day, that's what matters the most, is what's the fastest way that we can get through this dungeon, right? It's not getting through the boss. Everybody knows that you can either kill the boss, all four of you, or just one person can kill the boss. The calculation and what needs to be taken into consideration is time, right? It's precious. And that's the only thing that we can take away from other players, right? Because, Final Fantasy XIV, you can do a lot of these things by yourself and you don't depend on others to kind of infringe upon your time. But when you're in a dungeon, then you are, and sometimes if you're a little bit slow, like as a tank, that's understandable. But when you're doing a deliberate thing, as trying to solo a boss just because you want to show off, and thereby taking away people's precious time in completing the dungeon, then that is foul, in my opinion. And that's kind of where you draw the line. That's why I say it's kind of a judgment call. But don't get me wrong, I've also been on the other side, and I know the other satisfaction of getting a boss done and soloing a boss by yourself. I just hope that we can apply a little bit of emotional intelligence when it comes to, you know, playing the games, whether it's through doing the dungeon roulettes or the trial roulettes or the normal raids, we have to realize that we do play with other players, and we have to take their time and their emotions into, you know, into consideration whenever we are, you know, running these dungeons. And then we decide that, okay, let me show off here for a little bit to prove what exactly, right? So that's pretty much the video. That's what I wanted to do today. Please let me know what you think about this situation in the comments below. Do you agree that the tank, no matter what the percentage the boss is, that the tank can continue to just solo the boss? Or do you think that we should take some consideration, you know, for the other players, or take into account, you know, their time and their emotions as well? So just let me know. But that's it. I hope you guys are having a great weekend, and I'll see you next time.